Wow. Good evening to you and yours, ladies and gentlemen. It is a new episode of the Three Amigos podcast. And let me tell you something. It feels so different sitting at the helm this evening because Random Thought is not here. My voice is a little bit hoarse, so I can't do the intros and start screaming everybody's name. But nonetheless, I appreciate and we appreciate you being with us this evening. Now we got a guest, but before we get into all of that, okay, I want to make sure that everybody gets a fair introduction. So first and foremost, all right, my brother from another mother. I don't have no intros for you, so I'm just gonna let you know that, right? I'm not gonna sit there and say lyrical, spiritual, criminal, minimal, or whatever Random Thought said. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We'll leave that to Brandon.
Okay.
Do your own thing, though. Do your own thing.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have intros. I don't do intros. I believe everybody should intro themselves. That is that type of night that we're having.
That's right.
Intro your own damn self. Big Daddy Cool Sour Diesel, take it away, baby.
I am lyrical, spiritual, miracle, aluminum, bar minimum, or none.
Mm-hmm.
Sour Diesel. I'm sorry, Brandon. I try to do it your way. I don't know if I really did it. I'm standing at 6'4". He says that. That's really not my height. I'm 6'5", 6'6", give or take.
Listen, ain't nobody ask you to change it up, okay? Ain't nobody ask you to change it up, brother.
All right, I'm just saying. Oh, okay, that's my kayfabe. But
okay.
We go with that. Yeah.
The next man up to bat, also hailing from the borough of Brooklyn. All right.
Yeah.
Masquerade. Cam, go ahead.
There's so many great things about me, but I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. Apparently, I'm a Grenadian scholar. They call me Masquerade Cam. They call me Masquerade the Prince, King Cam, all that good stuff. But I'm just Cameron Bowl at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I'm here to just have fun and do great things, man. Let's do it.
All right. And, of course, yours truly, the bum of them all, Mash Out. Okay. He calls me the Panamanian God. All right. I like to call myself the hostess with the mostest, but that's also Beetlejuice. But nonetheless, you know what I mean? We here. So we do have a guest. So we're going to switch around a little bit how we do things because the guest is a little pressed for time. We're going to bring him up, and I'm going to allow this man to introduce himself. All right. Welcome to the show. All right. So
Nice.
I'm not going to say your name because Cam's going to if I brutalize it. Okay. So I want you to introduce yourself to the Three Amigos audience.
Well, first off, I loved all of your introductions, especially you, Big Daddy Sour Diesel, for other reasons that we won't get into on this podcast.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you for having me. So, in this wacky world of wrestling, I've been deemed the cancer fighter, and my government name is Sean Wachter. It's a tough one to say. It's been butchered.
It is.
So yeah, it's my daughter. She's stuck with it until she finds someone to deal with her, but that's her problem, not mine.
I know that's right. Well, Sean, welcome to the show, nonetheless. Right.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Thanks for giving me a chance to talk to you guys and your audience. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you. So Sean, let's start off by just finding out where are you originally from?
Well, I hail from Baldwin, New York, out on Long Island.
Okay, Long Island.
Long Island, yes, with my coffee. So that's where I'm from, and I've basically lived on the island most of my life. Lived in Texas for a little while, and then unfortunately I got sick and had to move back. So that's what brings us here. And, me being sick really actually turned out to be probably one of the biggest blessings in my life, I have to say. Not to take it too far away from that great world of wrestling that we're going to be talking about,
Definitely. We want to know, a lot about you. And obviously, as I can see in your display name, you definitely mentioned your cancer. So that's something that it does seem to be something you do talk about, right?
Well, it's basically I wouldn't be here speaking to you guys, in a figurative sense if it wasn't for my battle with cancer. Because with my battle with cancer, when I was fortunate enough through amazing research funded by the V Foundation or the work of the folks at Sloan Kettering Hospital or Melanoma Research Alliance, I would not be the only person of record that has beaten my rare form of cancer.
Right.
I was given 12 weeks to live back in 2016.
Damn.
And I get the pleasure of sitting with you gentlemen this evening tonight, getting to talk about what I love most other than my family, and that's wrestling. But when I was a senior in high school, wrestling had already been in my life since I was probably about maybe 3 or 4 years old. And I would joke with my father. I said, the biggest mistake you ever did was sit me down in front of Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. But you're doing it now.
Wow.
So when I got to be a senior in high school, I'm sure you guys can see behind me, I got a few little football trinkets here. I played some college football. I played in the Arena Football League for a season. And when I was wrapping up my junior year of high school, we had a couple of Division II and 1AA schools knocking on my door. And my father was very excited, lifelong football fan, not so much wrestling, but like I said, he's the one who did this. So I kind of snuck off and found the local wrestling school, which was Critical Mass Pro Wrestling, which is now NYWC. At the time, Dickie Rods and John Curse were there, and they were kind of the ones who taught me how to lock up, all the basics. And unfortunately, growing up with a police detective for a father, he found out that I wasn't sneaking off to Bible study on Sunday morning with my girlfriend. So he trailed my ass. And I got out of the car the one morning with my gear bag, ready to go in and take my lumps and bumps, and I heard a door close behind me. It was like a movie, and just turn around, and it was like, oh, God. So it was basically, hey, look, I've been working my whole life to get you to school, and you have a coupon for your education in the form of football, and you're trying to take my coupon away. So I said, okay. So unfortunately, we had to take a break from wrestling. When I was done playing arena football with my current tag partner, interestingly enough, Darius, the Juggernaut, my big 6'7", 350-pound tag partner there. Yeah, he's a big boy. He's quite the athletic specimen. But
sounds like it, definitely.
Yeah, we got asked, the two of us, by Gino Caruso from ECPW to take part in a charity battle royal after our last game. And we both grew up huge wrestling fans. We met playing arena football, but our commonality was wrestling, so much so that we would always ride together. We would sit together on the bus or the plane, and it's all we could give two fiddle-dee-dees about football. It was all pro wrestling, and when we got that opportunity, we enjoyed it. And Gino said to both of us, hey, I think you guys may have something. At the time, I was fortunate enough to be being looked at by the Toronto Argonauts from the Canadian Football League to go there and long snap for them. But, unfortunately, I couldn't hack it. I tore my shoulder up, and once that got torn apart, it was kind of like, thanks for coming, kid. You're done. Thanks. That was the end of football for me as far as playing, but got into coaching. But once the shoulder was all healed up, I figured, all right, hey, that was a heck of a time I had there, getting to go out there and get to perform in front of folks with, that's what's great about wrestling. It's art, performing. It's such a great thing. And, I went back to NYWC, and at the time, Pat Buck, who is now with AEW, was the trainer. So I was fortunate enough to, spend some time with him. Not a lot, but I got to spend a few months. Got a quick look at by Tommy Dreamer, put me through some paces, and he said something really odd. And at the time, I'm about 260 pounds, 270 pound lineman size. I'm about 205 pounds now. I'm a little bit leaner in my older age, but he said, kid, you run the ropes well. You take an ass beating pretty good, and we need you to learn how to speak German, and then we'll bring you down to Florida. I don't know what that was about. Everybody at the time, I guess, they wanted him to speak some other language, have a foreign character like Santino Marella or Vladimir Kozlov, if anyone even remembers him.
Yeah.
From his wacky days. Now he's doing great, making movies. But unfortunately, I was involved in a pretty bad accident outside of wrestling, and I broke my neck.
Wow.
And I needed neck fusion surgery. So to me at the time, unfortunately that door had to close again. And while I was learning to walk again, because unfortunately that was part of my injury, I was diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma with leptomeningeal enhancement, which basically means the cancer, which is normally a skin cancer, started in my brain through my eyes and traveled down my spinal cord. And that's where you have like a 0.00000 gazillion and one chance of even making it the full 12 weeks. And like I said, I am so fortunate now to be sitting with you guys about 7.5 years later.
Wow.
I have a beautiful daughter with my wife already, and we have another one who we just gave birth to about 7 weeks ago. So
congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm truly blessed. But as we wrapped up this whole cancer journey with me, when I reached the DNA certification that I was in the clear, all my buddies, probably much in line with you, Mr. Big Daddy Sour Diesel, wanted me to have a grand old party. And I said, oh, no, man, it stinks. I'll tell you, I have awful survivor's guilt. Being one of one in a situation like this really sucks, because there are so many wonderful and beautiful people out there that should have gotten the chance that I got. And when my friends were saying have a party, I wasn't ready to celebrate because I didn't win nothing. I'm not part of a team. I'm by myself, and it's a tough situation to be in. So they said, you know what? How about we throw a fundraiser then? Can you at least get down with a fundraiser? I said, all right, but I can't sing or dance, and I don't think anyone's going to want to come pay and listen to me talk for a couple hours. But they said, look, you've got all those connections in that wrestling world. Why don't you try to put on a little wrestling show? And I said, all right, I'll see what I can do. And, I kind of started to put on my little bit of a promoter's hat. That's why we had our little fundraising poster back there.
Okay.
That was for Sloan Kettering Kids. And Gino Caruso and his crew from ECPW were kind enough to come on over to Baldwin in the American Legion parking lot there. And we had the first fundraiser, but going into it, my buddies were saying, you need to get back in the ring. And I tried to explain to them, it's been about 12 years. I've got XYZ wrong with me now. And they said, hey, look, if anybody can do it, it's you. And one of my buddies, being a real smart ass, put a poll up on Facebook and said, will you be willing to not only attend, but donate more money if we get Sean back in the ring? And about 97% of the people said yes. And I think the 3% were my parents and my wife. And so, Prince Akinaza from ECPW, Rob Chase, the Slam Burglar, did a wonderful job of carrying me through a match. It was God bless him, if he's a God-believing man. But essentially, that did great. We raised awesome money for Sloan Kettering Kids, and we did so well with it. People said, well, you got to do it again next year. And I kind of said, hey, that was a one and done. And then my oldest came in and said the death kiss to her mother. She goes, I never got to see Daddy wrestle.
Wow.
So, you think people used to be afraid when that glass would shatter and Stone Cold would come stomping down to them? Oh, yeah. Mama Bird was going to put a whooping on the good old cancer fighter here. But she said, you get one more, and that's it. I said, all right, I'll take it. So a buddy of mine, not who I'm with now, but a friend of mine asked to kind of get involved with some training. We had some nice folks out here locally, Bear Bronson there. Bolt Bronson helped me knock some of the rust off, help us kind of put things together a little bit. And Gino was kind enough to give me and my knucklehead friend a shot at that ECPW tag belt back there. And we were fortunate enough that the cards fell our way, wrestling, some good Creative Pro talent, Tristan Kyle and Will Sussman. And basically I thought, that was fun. Childhood dream, check. And, being was a big event. No, it went even bigger because, we have the local politicians there because all the local camera and media are there and everyone wants to smile and click, click, click. And I was approached by the local paper if I minded them doing a story on me. And I said, look, I'll give you the results. I'll tell you how much we raised. And they said, no, we want to learn about you. And they did a lovely 2-page article, and much to my wife's chagrin, they slapped a big old picture of me like The Rock with the belt over my head, all diced up on the cover of the local paper. So I'm thinking, it's good. You have fun dropping the kids off at drop-off and look at the other dads, okay?
That's amazing. Literally, that's an amazing
Big dad
story.
flex right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just want to go back. So I know you talked about how you got into the wrestling business, right?
Yes.
But what was if you had to think of your earliest memory of professional wrestling, who was it? Like who was like your first original memories of wrestling?
Hulk. That'd be Hulk. And then, I started to say, hey, who's this little wacky? I had an ammo over here, but the Ultimate Warrior. I said, who's this guy with all the colors and the running and the intensity? And so much so that, I don't run to the ring. And I used to paint my face like I'm for football. And even if you look up the article, I got the face paint on. But once we had that big article, that's when everything started to kind of come into play. And this is where we're at now, where you have the cancer fighter, because the V Foundation and ESPN found that newspaper article, and they reached out to me on LinkedIn and said, you're our person. You are an inspiration. And, like I said, the V Foundation funded the research that was needed to develop my treatment plan. So to me, that was full circle. But when they got in touch with me, they said, do you only wrestle for charity, or you still wrestle actively? So I'm a businessman, and that bell rang, and I said, I still wrestle. So NYWC welcomed me back with open arms, and I am now a full-time active member of their roster, and I am doing some wonderful work right now with them. As I said, the V Foundation, Sloan Kettering, and Melanoma Research Alliance, they're all going to be helping me use this wrestling platform along with New York Wrestling Connection to really let folks know that, who have had cancer or have it, that, hey, look, you know what? There is life during and after cancer. If a knucklehead like me can get out and live his dream and strive and push, you know what? I hope that somebody out there can get a little bit of inspiration out of it, because as I always tell people, if somebody can see me doing this and it could push them to live a little bit fuller or fight a little bit harder, then you know what? I go down the same damn road 1,000 times. I've served my purpose in this world then, because you know what? To live anything but a life of service on a second chance is just, it would be a waste. So this is where we are right now. And this weekend coming up on November 25th, Sportorium out there in Deer Park. Me, Big Darius, the Juggernaut, and former WWE Tag Team Champion Mike Mondo, who is our other partner in this little triad trios we have known as the Inevitable. We have some ass to kick, because the cancer fighter, as I say, hashtag not a gimmick. Darius, the Juggernaut, other than playing professional football with me, he is a former professional MMA fighter, and he does some crazy stuff right now. He does what they call medieval steel fighting. So it's basically like medieval MMA. And
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and like I said, 6'7", shoots 6'7", shoots 350, coming down from 400 pounds. He's a big boy with some athleticism. And
Big Daddy Cool is over there a run for his money, right? Because he's a shoot 6'5". So
okay, well, I was going to say, you mentioned that before, and I was curious.
Yeah.
You got your working boots on? What's going on there? Even
he has
a little boost.
He has working boots, but they're not wrestling working boots.
Hey, look, guys wear the tack boots. Guys wear Tim's. You know what?
Two asses.
I'm more of a kick pad kind of guy,
Okay, see, that's the thing. So now that's my gripe. That's my gripe. So I'm a Muay Thai guy, and I'm a Jiu-Jitsu guy, and I've trained those for a very long time. I'm so fortunate. I actually just went back onto the Jiu-Jitsu mat again, because I figured, hey, well, if I could wrestle, my neck is holding up. Well, might as well find another fun way to beat my body up. So we're back doing that. We've always been doing our Muay Thai, and it's something that I like to work into my repertoire. And someone said, "Oh shit, you got to get kick pads." I said, "No, I don't, because everyone wears kick pads."
Mm-hmm. You see these? You see?
Okay, I think a kick pad is for like super kicks only. Because you got to notice, anybody who has a kick pad always
I can't throw a super kick, so that's a possibility. It may have something to do with the aerodynamics, the flow, cutting through some heavy fogged up air.
Right.
Like I said, I don't know nothing about that being a cancer.
We don't know nothing.
No, I don't know nothing. No. But no, back to what you said, Hogan, Warrior, and then, I kind of went through the progression. I think a lot of guys, a little secret here, I'm going to be 40 in about another year. So I, grew up 80s, 90s, early 2000s, those are my peak wrestling years when, you're not going out and working and everything. So
the golden era.
Exactly. So I went, Hogan, Warrior, Hitman, Shawn Michaels, and then, you had Steve Austin come around, and that's just kind of like, all right. And, funny, I'm the kid who's making the cards and making matches with little action figures, and I'm in third grade, and I'm getting my shoes broken by a bunch of bullies for liking wrestling still. And then when Stone Cold, NWO, Goldberg comes around, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, that's so cool. It's like, I've known that for pretty much most of my life.
Exactly.
In the 90s.
Yeah, no, the 90s were great. And, I'm glad to see wrestling evolves as the time changes. It's like, I've gone back to watch some stuff, and it's kind of like there are some things that unfortunately are not sensitive to the times we live in, or the things that we evolve and believe in as a society. And some of the stuff is a little bit cringe,
especially the women wrestling, right?
Yeah,
that changed tremendously from the 90s to now.
Exactly, and as a father of two young girls, aka Karma, it's basically yeah. I went to Catholic school, all right. I'm a good boy.
That's where it's worse. That's worse than Catholic school.
But no, I like how women now are being given their proper opportunity. I've with the Rosie the Riveter tattoo here on his arm, so I'm all about equality. And that's something that we have a wonderful women's champion at NYWC, Amity LeVay, who will be in action this Saturday. She does some great stuff. Former trained gymnast. She's someone to look out for. We definitely have a lot of talent over at NYWC, and as I like to tell the guys in the locker room there, we're really trying to replant the flag to be the premier wrestling organization on Long Island. NYWC has been around for 20 years, so we're coming off a pretty decently sized show at the Space in Westbury. I think we almost had about 2,000 people there. So
my question literally was about Long Island wrestling, right? I just recently moved to Long Island myself.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. I grew up in New York City, so
so you probably want to get the heck out of here, much like I do. But hey, it happens.
So my question is, when it comes to Long Island, obviously Long Island's very territorial. It's extreme. I've learned that from living here now. It's been extremely territorial. How do you describe the Long Island fans? Is it something that they're different from the New York City fans? Because I used to go to the Manhattan Center back in the day, and it is it a big difference between the fans?
I would say Long Island fans are, oh gosh, I don't want to get any city folk upset, but I think Long Island we're a little bit more, not to be cliche, but hardcore about our wrestling. I think we're both city and Long Island, very educated wrestling fans. It's something that you can't go out on Long Island and put on a show and just have 2 times rolling around in a ring and think it's going to pass for something that people are willing to spend their hard-earned money on. Right. So, putting on shows out here and making sure that you're successful and still relevant really comes down to, self-promotion, of the performers, but also too is just still getting in the ring and getting reps. That's the most important thing, because like I said, it's a higher standard out here, and it's you use the word territorial. I wouldn't say that there's any sort of turf war or anything like that. This is not like the Monday Night Wars, but everyone's kind of competing to get their fans. You have Creative Pro out here. They do a fantastic job. Their shows are very well run. NYWC, we're out kind of Deer Park, a little bit more out east in Suffolk, but same thing. We have the Sportatorium out there, wonderful facility, especially for a wrestler. We have locker rooms there, bathrooms, the whole nine. It's a great place. We actually have the original ECW ring and entranceway there, so it's like a little bit of a nostalgia for you. But no, and then you have Remarkable out in Neconset. You have VPW. They're up and coming, and they really do a great job. VPW does not have a school, but they do run amazing shows and bring in great talent, and they frequently take some talent from us. They take some talent from Creative Pro. And I think right now, with everyone trying to come out of COVID after we were all stuck inside, I know we're a few years past it, but still not fully out of the woods. I think it's a great time for not only the wrestling promotions, but the wrestling fans as well.
Now, are you traveling in between the different promotions, or are you strictly
right now? I am at NYWC just because of the fact that that's where I started, and that's where I'd like to finish. And also too, not only am I teaming with Mike Mondo, but I am getting a master's degree in professional wrestling under his tutelage.
That's right.
Both me and Darius, we're a shoot trio. We train together, we talk together, we have Zoom calls together. Half the time I don't think they're listening to me, but hey, that's their business. But I'm kind of the fall guy. We got the tag team champion over here, and we got the 6'7", 350 beast. It's kind of like, I just got to run this thing a little bit, but luckily I can back it up.
Well, I want to ask, how do you feel about the current day wrestling product, right? Being that we have a WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, MLW, and we also have, ROH, I guess, and we also have NWA. So how do you feel about the current product now?
As a wrestling fan, I love it. I really do. And it's, I was speaking with someone from AEW recently. I'm not going to name a name. It's somebody that works in corporate. It's not anyone exciting, but nonetheless, I was telling them about the other night and the show that they just put on. And I said, you did a wonderful job. Because he said, what did you think? And I said, they have that old saying, wrestling is ice cream. And I said, you opened up the perfect scoop shop because you had a little bit of every flavor to offer somebody, even with that Hangman match and Swerve Strickland last night. That was even something I had to turn away for a second. I was like, oh, man, this is getting downright dirty. Hell of a match. Great job by both performers. But like I said, scoop of ice cream for that. Maybe that's not your thing. We have Tony Storm over here. There's a scoop for you. Maybe you like the whole MJF storyline, scoop over there. So they did a great job last night. And I think that that's something that if one promotion doesn't maybe have the flavor you're looking for, and, there's another scoop shop down the block with, WWE, not that they're the young guys on the block, but hey, they have their style. AEW's got their style. Impact has theirs. NWA has theirs. MLW has theirs. And New Japan also, another great promotion. There is so much opportunity out there for people. I think that right now is a heck of a lot different getting involved in wrestling than when I tried and got hunted down by my father there, because, I had to go and find the place hidden behind the Chuck E. Cheese in Hicksville in order to learn how to, work. And I had to find the guy at the gym, and be like, hey, you know anything about wrestling? I'm fortunate enough that, at 18, I looked like I was 24. So they had no problem telling me, hey, come on down, kid, and let's see what you got. But now with the internet, like I said, not only for folks like yourself getting to put on an awesome podcast and get out there and talk to your fans and your audience, but for folks like me and other performers. It's just all getting your brand, and now you have the ability to build your own brand. Like, not to go too long-winded with you guys, but like, if you look at it this way, you had Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder. He is a Long Island wrestling legend. You know, he's from NYWC. When I first got there in high school, he was there. Amusingly enough, his father is, I believe, a county policeman as well, a retired policeman, but he didn't hunt him down and tell him not to do it. But Matt did a wonderful job of getting himself over through, you know, Long Island True Stories, the Twitter, all that thing when he had that internet championship.
Yeah.
He really kind of laid the road work for everybody, and it's great. Even, you know, seeing people take the cell phone and go into a bathroom and shoot a promo, you know, it's like, okay, please tinker with the background, but, you know, you're still getting opportunities to, even in your local promotion, to grab the brass ring.
Right.
You know, and if you grab that ring, no one's stopping you from working harder to try to grab a bigger one. You know, hey, we're all not going to make it to the NFL. Maybe some of us can make it to the Arena League. But, you know, it's just something that we're really in the age of the wrestler and the wrestling fan, I think.
That's amazing. All right. So, nonetheless, all right, we got a game for you this evening. Okay. Now, we try to switch things up on a regular basis, Sean, because you know, this one is a game of choices, right? We're gonna call this game Out of Here. All right.
Okay.
So now, all of us are gonna give you a list of 4 different people, and you have to pick who has to be out. Okay. Now,
okay.
If you have the right to pass, you have the right to say I pass. But anything that asks you the question has to answer their true answer. If you choose to pass, they have to answer their true answer.
Okay. Here's my deal. I will gladly play the game, but in exchange for me playing this game, let me share with your audience my odd way of thinking, so I don't offend anyone or any workers. So. You know how you got that whole thing, like who's
we don't need no Sean. It's got to be authentic. We don't want any prerequisites, Sean.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you. Here is my Mount Rushmore. Right, here's my Mount Rushmore. It's a weird one. All right, so this way, I think it's just gonna give you guys some help here. My Mount Rushmore is Andy Kaufman, Roddy Piper, CM Punk, and MJF. Because you know what? Those guys are probably the 4 best that I've seen in my lifetime that can actually work heel, but get over as a face. They just do such a great job of being a prick. It's amazing. All right.
The heat that was on Andy Kaufman was serious. Like that was like,
that was before the internet. You know, no one knew what was a shoot, what was a work, and when he went on Letterman with Jerry Lawler. They didn't even clue Letterman in.
No, they didn't.
They did no clue. Yeah,
no clue. And then you know what? That's awesome. But that to me, Andy Kaufman's one of my favorite wrestlers, just because he was a fan and a celebrity who appreciated the art and the performance that wrestling is. And he knew he wasn't a big guy. You know, he was a kid from Long Island. You know, small little guy who could talk. But, you know, he wound up going ahead and played to his strong suits. And, oh, man, like you said, murderous heat in the sound. Gosh.
His heat was crazy. Cam, why don't you take the first question?
All right. So here we go. So this question is going to center around factions.
Okay.
Especially in honor of, we got, you know, Survivor Series War Games coming up. So,
okay.
Out of these 4 factions, one of them is out of here for you. All right. All right, so we got the Nation of Domination.
Okay.
Right to Censor. D-Generation X.
Okay.
And the Hart Foundation. One of them is out of here.
Now, there's so many different ways you could look at this, though, because it's like you kind of. But are you double dipping with the Nation or Right to Censor? Do we have the Godfather and do we have Tom and both? What's the deal with that? Are we double dipping
Now-
there?
Now you got to pick which one was better. You got to pick
Which version of Godfather you like better?
Okay, so then you know what? No, and this has nothing to do with any of the workers, any of the boys, but the right to censor. I'll see you later.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, you know, it was a tough one. That's why I had to ask you about that whole The Godfather there. Is he's still going to kick the living crap out of me or any of us, but you know, it's whatever outfit you want to put on him. But I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. All right. Question number 2. You ready?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
This one is based upon star power.
Okay.
All right. And Hulk Hogan,
Okay.
John Cena,
Okay.
Ric Flair,
Okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Wow. Oh, wow. Well, what's the next question? Pick between one of my kids? Like, come on. Oh.
So is that a pass? Is that official pass?
There's no logical way that I can answer that question. That is a pass. That is seriously.
And I
Come on,
take
Mash
a
Out.
pass?
Come
All
on,
right.
Mash Out. What's your answer?
Mash Out, you got to answer.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna try to put my personal bias aside. Okay.
That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah. I'm trying to put my personal bias aside. I will have to say John Cena, and I'm gonna say why. Okay. I'm going to say why. Stay with me for a second. Don't make your faces. I'm going to explain why.
Most logical choice.
Hulk Hogan makes me sick to my stomach. Now, I've never liked Hulk Hogan. Let me explain. Hulk Hogan's a real life heel. All right.
He works heel.
Yeah. No, I think Hulk Hogan was always a heel, but I just think that WCW brought it out. Now, I will say this: Hulk Hogan is synonymous to professional wrestling.
Yeah.
My grandmother, who was a huge Bruno Sammartino fan, right? My grandmother, God rest her soul, used to say, "Oh, is Hulk Hogan still on?" And she asked me that back in like 2008, right?
And he still say, yes, he is.
At that time, yes, he was.
He's still going.
Yes.
Ric Flair. I think that Ric Flair is the greatest professional wrestler of all time. I think that no one has done for the business what Stone Cold Steve Austin has done, right? Because Stone Cold Steve Austin saved the WWE. And I think that all of us are in the same age range here. And one thing we can remember is stunning our friends in school. Okay, everybody can remember giving their friend a stunner, right?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Everybody went and said, "What?" At least a few times.
Right. Couple seconds.
I think that John Cena is going to surpass Ric Flair in the greatest of all time. I will say that. I always say there's let me explain my theory. I always say there's certain inevitables in life.
The inevitable.
Exactly.
Clearly.
Tom Brady's going to go down as the greatest quarterback of all time. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
As a Jet fan,
Drake.
Yeah, I know. I'm a terrible Jet fan. I'm destined to a life of misery. It happens.
Drake might go down as the greatest rapper of all time.
Drake.
Drake. He might go down. If everybody criticized Drake because of his pen game, but that's a different story.
JC.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because we look at now star power and what they've done, and John Cena is going to probably go down as the greatest of all time, just for his longevity, his run in terms of 20 years in the business. I don't think anybody in the modern era, as far as I can remember, has done what he's done and at that level, right?
Yeah.
However,
hot streak. I mean, his run wasn't that as long as we wanted to be.
No, it was not. It was not. That's why I truly believe that, I had to take John out. You know what I mean? It was hard because I really wanted Hogan out. That's who I really wanted to go for. All right. You know what I mean? Because if y'all said, okay,
you sound like Vince Russo there. You wanted Hogan out.
I wanted Hogan out. You know what I mean? I would prefer if we put Terry Bollea instead of Hogan. At least Terry Bollea is the real person. So yeah, so
Not the government name, bro.
yeah,
The government name.
Terry Bollea.
Terrence
I
Bollea.
would prefer over
Terrence?
Terrence Bollea.
Terrence.
Florida.
And listen, and Terry Bollea is actually my brethren, right? Because remember, I remember I put the clip. Terry Bollea's mom was Panamanian, right? Now, he's even though the man lies like water's running, but the fact is, who makes that up, right? So and I'm Panamanian, so we might be related. Who knows? All right, D, you got the next one.
Oh yeah. This third question is based off on wrestling companies.
Okay.
WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, or NWA.
They're all wonderful organizations, and I can be reached at the Cancer Fighter Show Walker at gmail.com for any booking inquiries or promotional collaborations. I'm going to have to
I'm gonna pick this out when I was drinking.
Don't pass on that one.
pass.
He has to pass. So I have to be the one.
Yes, you do. I'm sorry. You got the cooler name, so yeah, you're screwed with this one. Sorry.
Okay. Without NWA, you won't have any of the classics. You know what I mean? You won't have those classic guys. You won't have the Ric Flairs, the Dusty Rhodes, and all those types of guys. The Harley Races. So NWA, that's But I'm going with AEW. That shit can get the fuck out of here. It can go.
No, this was his payday.
I knew you was gonna pick them.
Why would you pick them over Impact? Come on, bro.
Hold on. Whoa.
Come on, AJ Styles.
Impact back in 2008 was the shiz knees.
Nobody was touching Impact Wrestling back in the day. TNA Wrestling. No one was
Going back to it. We're going back to TNA soon.
Exactly. And it's gonna give me what I need. But I think I don't know. I want to say pass, but no, I'm gonna just go with AEW. Yeah, get them out of here. You will still see these talents elsewhere. So you know what I mean.
You're not buying ice cream at their shop, huh?
No, not at that bot shop. I'm tired of it.
No, that's not. That's no. You know what? I'm just.
I'm
sorry,
his argument is valid. Like the history of NWA saved them from not being tossed out. You know what I'm saying? The history of the NWA.
I didn't even know. First of all, are they even on TV? I mean, I'm like, how do we?
You gotta search for them. They're on the internet.
I think they've worked out something with the CW. I think.
We discussed.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
All right, Ken, why don't you just take the last one?
All right. So our final question. This is indie wrestling crowds. So these crowds, one of these crowds got to be out of here for you. All right.
Okay.
We got Connecticut.
Okay, haven't had a chance to work there. I've worked in New Jersey, Denver, and Long Island. So
all right, we're gonna put Denver in for.
All right, so then we'll put Denver, New Jersey, New York City, and Long Island.
Damn it!
You already used 2 lifelines.
I know.
You can't pass again. You just can't.
I can't phone a friend here, and I'm trying to be Mr. Political over here. I'm just going to have to say, because I haven't worked there in New York City, because Denver had amazing fans. Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling out there, they did a great job of welcoming me with open arms. They let me use their show as a platform again to raise awareness for the greatness, the great things behind cancer research and clinical trials. New Jersey, you know what? Actually, I'm going to back that up. All right, let's get rid of New Jersey because no one needs New Jersey.
He's a true New Yorker. He's a true New Yorker.
Exactly.
Well,
you know what? As a lifelong suffering Jet fan who had the misery passed down to him, as I have passed on to my 2 daughters, they can take the Jets too and get the hell out of here.
I'm a Jets fan. So I'm a big Jets fan.
Yeah, unfortunately, I am. As like I said, it's just
It's not easy for us. It's not easy for us.
I'd like to feed Zach Wilson to the juggernaut there. I think they could have used Big Darius today playing left tackle.
Oh, they could have, but today was brutal. It was brutal.
It was horrendous.
I actually was out getting a tattoo done, and my buddies were sitting there with our little group text. Oh God, this is terrible. I probably got home. There might have been a whole half left. I didn't even bother turning on television. I knew everything I needed to know just from those text messages.
Sometimes I yell at the TV and say, "What game are you playing? Like what game
I
are
think
you
they're confused. I think they're confused. They could use some para-educators, maybe some one-on-one aides to help some of those
para-educators.
Yeah,
he's right.
They could. They need extra help. They need some special help. I would say they need prayer, but they got rid of Tebow, so that's not going to happen. I think, like I've told my kids, you just have to embrace this, and you'll have to learn what it's like to be a loser at something. So this is what
it is what it is.
I'm just very thankful CPS has not been called on me yet for raising my kids Jet fans. So
oh no.
Child Protective Services.
I made those poor girls sit down and watch that game. They yank them out of my house.
Sean, before we wrap up, we got 2 questions that were sent to us. Number 1, in your opinion, most underrated wrestler of all time.
Most underrated wrestler of all time. I'm going to go with Al Snow.
Okay.
Because I think Al took whatever was given to him and was able to try to work with it. But much like Steve Austin, when he went to go find himself in ECW and was able to have a little bit of creative reign, that's when that whole head gimmick came about. And, I remember probably being about maybe 8th grade watching him, Shane Douglas, that was like a real wrestling crowd. That reaction he got, it still pains me that they pulled him back and they had him go back to WWE, and they did the whole thing where Lawler shoved the shampoo bottle inside the head, and they said, "Oh, head and shoulders, so you could be pinned." So, Al too, having conversations with Mike Mondo over there, he said, Al is probably one of, if not the best wrestling trainers in the world. So, to be able to not only perform at a high level, but be able to teach others how to do this at a high level, to me, that's underrated to a T.
Are you watching the Netflix show on?
Well, being that Mondo is in that, that is like required viewing at NYWC. He's, I think, in the first episode for about a good 30 seconds. They're showing him break up a whole schmaz with Dolph Ziggler.
All
right, Sean. I know you got to go. I want to thank you for your time. But before you go, I want to give you a couple of quick fire questions. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready? All right. Cool. So, what is the name of your finisher?
The name of my finisher is a double team move that the Juggernaut and I do, and we have so lovingly named it after WWE. It is called the Unwellness Policy.
All right, I like it.
Was that named after Lex Luger?
Big D.
Was that the no, Lex Luger?
Oh no, it's just you're not going to be feeling too well after I clothesline you off of Big D's shoulders coming off the top rope like the Doomsday Device. So yeah.
Oh damn! It looks like a clothesline from hell.
Oh,
Doomsday Device. I'm guessing.
It's the end. That's all it is. The end is inevitable.
Yeah. All right, so what? Let me give you the next one, right?
All right.
What's your favorite faction of all time?
The Inevitable.
I know that's right.
I walked into that.
I know that's right, Sean.
Mean Street Posse.
Huh?
No.
Mean Street Posse.
Mean Street Posse. Got it.
On. Guys,
Dolph Ziggler was in there. Dolph was definitely in there.
No, he wasn't. That was the Spirit Squad.
Oh, the Spirit Squad.
Yeah, that's what Mondo was in. But we don't bring up that around Mondo unless you want your arm shoved up behind you. So
for real, he was in Spirit Squad.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I ain't never knew that.
All right. So you're 38 years young, right?
Yes, sir.
When is your birthday?
My birthday is next month. And
you December?
Yes, sir.
Like us?
You a Sag or a Cat?
Let's go. Come on.
You a Sag?
1984 is a great year.
Oh, come on, Sadgies.
You guys are probably all shocked. They
Sadgies.
look like
For that guy right there.
all of you.
Say it again.
You guys are probably all shocked because they look about like 20 years older than all of you.
Yo, I swear I was about to say that. Like, yo, when you said that, I was like, what?
Yeah, I know.
By the
You
way,
get, any comparisons to any other
wait,
wrestlers?
no. By the way, hold on. By the way, this
Oh.
is a conspiracy against you. All right, this is ridiculous
What are you
because
talking about?
shut your mouth, Cam. Because I am a Taurus, and everybody here happens to be born in December, and I always Brandon is born in December. This was a setup. Y'all brought this man on here.
Yeah, no,
All right.
We did. No, we did not. We did not.
I don't even wrestle. This is not even my off. I don't even know where I
Greatness
am
just
right now.
happens to be born in December. You know what I'm saying? That's all. No need to be mad.
It's me against the world. That's what's happening here.
Sean, December what?
Oh, we can't give that out.
Come on, come on. Being a little rude there.
All right, man. Thank you for your time.
No, thank
Well-
you because
Also, I'm sorry. We had one more question from the audience.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. So, what would you say was one of the worst experiences you ever had in the wrestling business?
I wouldn't say it was the worst, but we'll just go as far as injuries are concerned. We had our big show, Space in Westbury, that I just told you guys about before.
Yep.
A week before that show, I was actually out at Rocky Mountain Pro, and I hit a spine buster and pivoted the wrong way. We had a nice big pop in my knee, so I'm working through a little bit of a meniscus tear right now. So I guess you could say that was pretty much the worst thing, because it was one of those things where it happens and you're like, okay, we got to keep going. The show is moving, and then you just kind of smile and you get to the back and you're a couple thousand miles away from home, going blankety blank blank.
Oh my goodness. How you healing up from that?
Hey, we work through it. It's I'm no stranger to lumps and bumps. That's kind of like I said, not a gimmick.
That's definitely a shoot. That's definitely a shoot. Do you got any questions before you get off?
How long have you been training? Like, and you said earlier on, you said you were in Texas before you came back to New York, correct?
Yes, because
I'm guessing, was Texas your first wrestling state? Did you start it?
No.
There?
I had started out, like I had said, at NYWC when I was 18, went back to them again when I was about 26, 27, and then went to Creative Pro to help me with my fundraiser, and then wound back up at NYWC right afterwards. So probably total combined training time of professional wrestling, we're looking at over a year, probably in ring. I've been fortunate enough though to 12. I wrote a list down. I'm not going to rattle it off now. This won't be like Jericho's 1,000 holds, but I think I wrote it down. I've actually studied and practiced over 9 different martial arts over the course of my life. So, prior to doing wrestling, I also, when I was a much larger man, had an executive protection company, and we did some work for some pretty well-known people. So, yeah, I used to be a pretty big boy who knew how to take care of some stuff if need be. And hey, I could still give a whooping or two. And that's why I got that belt behind me.
Gotcha.
All right.
All right. Sean,
boys, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
No, we had a great time, man.
But next time I want to be on location with Mr. Big Daddy Sour Diesel. So we could
Listen, man.
Yeah, so we could have a pre-taping meeting there,
Exactly. Express our thoughts.
Yes, be creative. Wrestling is art, as I've said.
is.
And it's the smoking section.
Ring is
That's
the
what we
key.
like to call it.
What? Huh?
Go ahead.
Just
Where can we find you at?
Well, you could find me at The Cancer Fighter, Sean Wachter, on Instagram. And like I said, very fortunately right now, my home promotion is New York City Wrestling, New York Wrestling Connection. Wow, I'm going to get some flack for that one. But you could see us this Saturday out at Deer Park at the Sportatorium. QT Marshall is going to be there. The Inevitable is going to be in action defending our newly won trios belts. And we have a couple other great matches. The Big O versus Conway for our championship. Big O is going to have his work cut out for him. Mr. Conway is on the up and coming, and definitely one of the names that you'd be looking out for.
All right. Well,
I'm definitely gonna give that.
We appreciate you for stopping by the show. All
Thank
right,
you so
and
much. Thanks
we
for having me,
definitely gonna be in
guys.
touch, and we're gonna try to come out to one of your local wrestling events because we want to support you.
Please come on out. Let me know, and you guys will be my guests.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby, Long
I'm
Island,
gonna
let's
hold you
go.
to it. I'm hold you to it, and I send you a
hold
DM,
me to
Sean.
it. I'll bring the tickets. You guys bring other things.
All right, no problem,
Got you.
Sean.
And we'll
Oh,
Oh.
wait, hold on. Let one more. Sorry, Sean. Yeah. All right. So we'll see you soon. All right.
thank you guys. Like I said, I'm going to hold you guys to that. So you will be my guest. Let me know when you're going to come on down. We'll have some ringside seats for you.
Oh, I
All
like
right,
that.
Sean.
Definitely.
All
Thanks,
right. You
Sean.
guys be well. All right.
All right, have a good night.
All right. So that was a cool interview, right? That was really
It
good,
really
right?
was.
It was fun,
Yeah.
man.
All right. So moving right along. Now into we're gonna have to just roll with the punches, fellas. So we're gonna have to do it right now.
Get this
All right.
turnbuckle talk.
Let's go turnbuckle talk. All right. So whew, this was a very interesting week for professional wrestling. There's so much stuff in so little time, and we definitely gonna get to it. First and foremost, all right, the WWE Backlash is gonna be for the first time in France. All right, WWE's first PLE event is going down the day before my birthday, ladies and gentlemen, May 4th, 2024. Is going to be in France. Sour D and Cam said they're both buying my first class ticket to the event, plus hotel stay and hotel
Yeah,
stay
no. We're gonna put
and
you.
the floor
We're gonna
seats.
put you in a hotel right next to the Eiffel Tower. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
Trust
I
me.
don't know.
I mean, I was just in
I was in a great neighborhood. You know what I mean?
I was just
We're
in
taking down
Paris.
to the Louvre, all that.
We about to be some niggas in Paris, okay?
I know that's right. I know that's
All
right.
right, now we're just out there for Fashion Week.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
see. We
Okay.
noticed because you got your swag going. We see you. We see you.
All right. So, fellas, what you think about that?
I think this is
a very good move. I mean, WWE has been in the UK, has been in Europe for a minute, and I think that when they did that Wales show, that was that test of the water. You know what I mean? Because they've been getting such big support, and it's a global brand. And for years, they're going out to Saudi Arabia and all this other stuff. They did Australia a couple years ago, so I feel like we're gonna get a lot more European destinations for the PLEs and the big shows and stuff.
All right. Hey, what you got?
well, this is a great thing. We'll be able to see other people that's like us that love wrestling, because this is not so often we see WWE go to these places. Like you just said earlier, Wales. Now they're going to Paris, France. The next one coming up in February at the Elimination Chamber is in Australia. I like seeing things like this because I want to see like how other crowds react from outside of the United States and from outside of the UK, outside of their normal. So I want to see this. This is like you said, they're a global brand
Right.
doing big things, and I just want to see it. I mean, look what they did in Puerto Rico. God damn it! I ain't expected to be that big.
But isn't this confusing? I'm not to cut you guys. Isn't this confusing? Because weren't they supposed to continuously go back to Puerto Rico for Backlash? That's what I thought. This came out of nowhere.
Is that what they said?
It was supposed to be continuously.
They were going to do more events in
continuous.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I don't think it was I don't think Backlash was going to be a continuous thing. I think they were saying it would just be more events, like how Cam said. It would just be more events.
Were you thinking more along the lines when they did like SummerSlam for like 3 years in a row in Brooklyn? Is that what you were thinking? Yeah, and I think that works for that time, but I don't think they're gonna like the brand has grown a lot, and like now they got a lot more money flowing, so they don't have to do that one signature event or one event at one particular spot. They can just keep rotating. I think I would hope that their goal is, when at the beginning of their pay-per-view, they're like, we broadcast in XYZ amount of countries and in XYZ amount of languages. Right. I think maybe that the goal should be to have an event and at least touch all those countries that they broadcast in. You know?
They could probably do that with NXT. It could be an NXT Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take over Puerto Rico. Come on, that
Okay.
would be dope.
And you know what? I'm excited for the WWE, expanding. I will love to see when the WWE expands into South America and Latin America. I think that'll be very interesting as well. I know that with good old Triple H, Paul Levesque at the helm. Did I say it right, Cam? Did I say Levesque right? Did I say it? I know a lot of people say Levesque.
Google it. I
Okay,
don't know.
You heard what he said. This is Phil Brook talking to Paul Levesque.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, next up in the news is, did LA Knight start fizzling out already? Okay.
Yeah.
Already.
L.A. not. Yeah.
Yo, D, I'm gonna let you take this one first because this is your guy.
This is your guy.
What makes you think he fizzled out? Because he lost to Roman?
Is he on the
About to cut a promo. I feel it coming. I feel it coming.
Because he lost to Roman? Because things hasn't been looking so up for him lately?
It hasn't been so. Yeah.
I mean, maybe perhaps the rumors from last week might be right. Maybe he do have a little bit of an attitude problem. Maybe. What if it's that? And if so, we gonna sit you down for a little while because you think you too much of hot shit. Yeah, you the top merchandiser, but we gotta let you know we can sit your ass down at any time. I think maybe it could be that, or maybe that's just us just looking too deep into it. Because who's to say? Like, I mean, I think that's just coming from y'all opinion. I don't hear nobody else talking about LA Knight getting a little nothing.
I'm getting this from
Ain't
wrestling.
no water. Ain't no water on that heat. The
Okay.
fire is still rising.
Well, I would say this, if in my opinion, right? If he doesn't have a great showing by the end of the Royal Rumble, it's a wrap.
First and foremost, what do you want him to do? Ain't no championships for him to fight for. Roman's going again. Roman's going again. So there's really no this. If you look at SmackDown, there's really no title, no top title right now. The top title, EO has it. Logan, he's somewhere taking pictures with the damn United States Championship. Roman, oh look, the names rhyme. Logan and Roman, they're not here. Okay,
Logan and
they're
Roman.
not here. And then they don't even have a tag team championship on SmackDown, so they need to hurry up, break them titles apart because we need some chips over there. They ain't got no chips. EO's the only chip over there.
Well, I think that LA Knight, no. I think that I think that the time that it fizzled out. As we knew it would have. Okay. Cam, you say Dupree so eloquently. How do you say it?
Maxwell Dupree.
Okay.
That's a fickle.
Okay.
Fickle thing.
We are not fickle.
We never rooted for him.
Listen,
we admitted that he was hot and that he got elevated good and he got the fans behind him, but we personally, we wasn't rooting for him.
I didn't like him when he was at NXT. So it's different. And he grew on me.
I didn't
like a fungus.
He was a good heel. I don't like the anti-hero thing and everybody's all rooting for him. Nah. I think he should.
I think that's probably what it is. Because he's too much of a face. So I think probably maybe if he was heel, would you like him then? But they're already saying they have too many heels in WWE right now. There's way too many heels.
Listen, but it'd have been the same guy.
It's easier, especially for like somebody like trying to like be their authentic self, and like, you know, I think a lot of wrestlers aren't that, you know, genuine Boy Scout guy. Like a lot of wrestlers in real life, their real personality, when you mesh their real personality to their character, they're jackasses.
He's the same guy. He's fucking Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal plays the same guy in every movie. Okay, he's Steven Seagal. He's Steven Seagal.
Don't all of them action guys play the same guy in every movie? Liam Neeson.
No, at least some people have range. Steven Seagal had no range, and L.A. fucking Night has the same range as Steven Seagal.
You want to compare L.A. Knight to Steven Seagal?
You damn right. You damn right.
You just did it, and it was a good comparison.
Hey,
great job.
Wait, what you said? Anybody seen? What was this guy's name? Bobby Lubo. Anybody see Bobby Lubo?
You know,
hilarious.
Okay. Next on the list is Orange Cassidy says, listen, it ain't easy fighting John Moxley. And I'm going to have to say 1,000% yes. Okay? Because when you have to fight a drug addict / alcoholic, like you're going to be definitely in the fight for your life. Okay? That is good. They get a strength to them that you can't beat. Okay? Because when you know what Jay-Z said, when the Remy in the system ain't no telling him up. You know what I'm saying? Listen. You know what I'm saying? If you can't, let me tell you something. You can't beat Percocet. Okay, you can. If you wrestling against Percocet, you're going to lose. Okay, the perk will always win.
Yo, you know what's crazy about watching a John Moxley match? He's the only wrestler I know that succeeds at whooping his opponent's ass and whooping his own ass at the same time. it's like, you ever realize his opponent's not the one making him bleed. He makes himself bleed, right? Yeah. Like watching this match just now on Full Gear, I was like, there's no blood on Orange Cassidy, but for whatever reason, Moxley's bleeding again, but he's winning the match at the same time. Like, it don't make no sense.
Oh, you see, I missed that match. They had that was on the card, right?
Yeah.
I missed that match.
Yeah. So it is pretty interesting to see this man fight. I mean,
and Orange Cassidy said it was like when, like during like a media scrum or something.
Yeah.
The after the pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
So how do you feel about that? Yeah.
Him saying that about John Moxley?
Yeah.
Was it in a well, being that I didn't hear it, so I don't know how it came off as. Like, did it come off as like saying that Moxley's like a tough son of a bitch,
basically,
or you just saying like, damn, I can't work with him in that ring because he's killing me?
Nah, it's more so like the tough SOB type of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, tough son of a bitch. I'll give him that because over the years, even though I don't really like Moxley like that, he is a guy that you see he gives it his all when he's in that ring. Yeah. And it looked like his transformation over the years, it changed. And now he's on his, he's on his wild thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And he's just coming out wild out the gate. But my favorite from John Moxley is when he was feuding with Bray Wyatt, and that time when he had the feud with Luke Harper. That was when I was Moxley.
That was a good feud. I like that. I mean
Dean Ambrose.
All right.
I think one of my most favorite. Oh, sorry. I was about to go. Okay. When I was gonna say, to piggyback over that, one of his favorite Dean Ambrose matches was him versus Brock. Like that's when I think we saw the John Moxley in WWE, like the John Moxley.
Yeah.
He got to go up against Brock and just let loose. that all wild man stuff that we see now. You know what I mean?
Oh, what if his ass got concussed during that match and it created John Moxley?
He definitely got concussed in that match. Definitely did.
Like, yo, what's my favorite movie with Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson?
Oh my God, that's
Remember what she had caught amnesia,
yeah.
and she became like a sharpshooter. She was Charlie Baltimore.
Yo, wait, did
That's
any of
what.
you ever see John Moxley in the sequel to 12 Rounds?
A Long Kiss Goodnight.
That's
That
it.
was it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
John Moxley just woke up like he probably got that long kiss goodnight disorder in him.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
I never know.
Listen,
Telling you.
I told you, man, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Now, when it goes to Darby Allin, okay, so before Sting got to AEW, Darby Allin was making a name for himself.
Yeah.
Sting got him, put him over, right,
over.
as actual, decent wrestler, I guess. Now, after Sting leaves at AEW Revolution, what's next for Darby Allin?
I don't see him getting booked badly. He's gonna have more progression. I would say, or at least that's what the hope is, right? Like he has more progression. His in-ring style I would hope makes more growth and adjustment, right? Like even though there's a lot of the death-defying things that he does because he has such a small frame, the fans like. I don't think that's very sustainable. But then again, he just may be built different. I see him like going more so to like have that aspect, but I think more technical would probably be something that he could start adding to his repertoire in order to help him. And as far as his character work is concerned, he could stay face, but I think it would be interesting to see Darby Allin as heel, only because he already has like that gothic dark persona. You know what I mean?
Okay. Wait, what you got? Dave?
After Sting leaves, I perhaps see Darby Allin possibly getting fucking taller and putting some more meat on his fucking bones.
Get
You
taller.
skinny little fuck. Like, what you need to do is go put away your skateboard and go put away your Prius and become a man. You need to be a man because you look like a boy. You're out there doing boy shit.
Now, technically, according to your backstory of when you used to wrestle, you and him have a lot in common. Okay, because he done the same things you did. So that's not fair. That's not fair. That's the pot.
If you let me,
I'm gonna give you the West Indian version. That's the pot calling the kettle black. Okay.
Well, I was a little crazier back then, and I'm suffering from it. Okay. Earlier, I couldn't put my sock on because my hip hurt, so I couldn't bend down all the way.
That's called
it almost cracked. But listen, I'm not done with Darby Allin. What is going to happen is Sting is going to leave, and they're just going to put his ass in another faction because here in AEW, that's what the fuck they do. As soon as you leave from one person, you go to the other one. They just hoeing these niggas out. They just put them anywhere they want to go.
I agree.
That's what they do with them. You a hoe, go over here.
What did the New Day used to say? They're a bunch of groupies.
That's what they do.
I said, what faction would he fit in? That you think?
Oh, what is that stupid one?
He'll make his own.
No, what's that one? I was gonna say the oddities, but that's not it. What's the one?
I think it is.
Hangman Adam Page is in it. Was in it.
Oh, Dark Order.
The Dark Order.
That would only make sense.
I mean, if he's trying to be aloof, yeah. But I think, like I said, if he turns heel, he should go to the House of Black.
Okay. There's
right?
about
He already has that kind of gothic feel. You know what I mean? But if he's trying to be
I can
aloof,
see
then
that.
I guess the Dark Order. You know what I mean? But I
Listen.
feel like the Dark Order is like they should have been what the New Day is, right? Like a little bit. Like
Yo,
they had a.
What?
When I say that, like they should be not the New Day, Judgment Day. I'm so sorry, guys. My fault.
Well, let me
Because
say
like
this.
the direction that Edge was taking the Judgment Day
And
was
the
like
colors, the colorway,
yeah, it
and
was
all
like no,
that.
but this dark era, right? So I feel like the Dark Order could like they should have been a heel faction that had like that, you know, mythological like dark kind of aura, but like they're more focused on being goofs.
Let me tell you something. There's about 81 people in the Dark Order, and I have no idea who's in the Dark Order.
That's because the Dark Order,
You got
Dark Order is made up of a whole bunch of fucking grown ass men who
It's a bunch
watch
of
this
jobbers.
fucking anime.
It's a
No,
bunch.
that's who they are. They watch anime and they got like a bunch of fucking Funko Pop collections and they fucking in their room. Like the fuck?
They should call
Dark
themselves
Order.
the Job Order, the Jobber
Right.
Order.
All you know what AEW talent look like? They all look like they just work there so they can get a fucking PlayStation. Like something like some type of technological advance.
It's not that
Well,
bad.
it is.
It is
Like I
not.
gotta get that iPhone. I have to get that iPhone.
Listen, you know what it
Gotta
is?
get the
Here's what it is. Is that it start, you know, they say the fish rots from the head, right?
Mhm.
So it starts from the top down. If the owner of the company doesn't set the tone, the rest of the people won't do it. And
Mhm.
that's why it's very wishy-washy. The product can be I think the product could be a lot better. I think they have a great talent roster. I just think that a lot of people are used incorrectly. That's just what it is. And their show is more like stopgap. It's like I was talking to Brandon Thought the other day about AEW pay-per-views. I said they put on incredible pay-per-views, but how the fuck did we get to the storyline?
Yeah,
Okay, how the fuck did we get to this? That's what ultimately what the issue is, I think, with AEW. But you know, I only got one more, and then after we're gonna turn it over to the smoking section. So let's talk about the ratings. You know, I love this stuff. You know, I love.
Yo, I seen you put that in there. I didn't believe you.
You
I
know,
don't even believe that shit. But go
so
ahead.
SmackDown did 2.2 million Friday night that just passed.
Yeah, with no Roman.
With no Roman, AEW Collision did 252,000. And this is the second. These are both the second flagship shows of both of these companies.
253,000, bro. I don't even think did NXT ever did something like
Gave them
that.
an additional 1,000. It was actually 252. But yes,
Yo, Mash Out is a real life heel, bro. He's a real life heel.
That's crazy. And okay, sorry.
and this was their go home show. That's the thing. This was the go home show. Because remember, Collision came on Friday night. Because Saturday was Full Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that though? Why would they?
Well,
I think anytime AEW
the problem was is that they decided that because you know Collision's a Saturday night show, they was going to give you 2 hours of AEW and
Three.
run.
You got three.
Right. Yeah,
Three.
right. 3 hours. 3 hours of AEW. That way, you know, they could go head to head with SmackDown. It just showed that they still not ready. Like they want to try to touch the crown, but it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Not gonna happen no time soon.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't even know fucking
Collision.
they was coming on the same night. Now that I think about it, I do remember seeing that they said it was supposed to be going head to head, but I actually forgot that was happening, and I knew that the event was on Saturday, but it never seemed for me to think like if the event is on Saturday, then what goes to Collision? Like what happens with Collision? I actually forgot about that, and they moved. They moved their days too much to where like it fucks the fans up. You can't put that on a Friday. because we
What-
already thinking about it's WWE SmackDown. And what time did they air that?
It was at the same time, 8
Same
o'clock.
time.
At 8
I want
o'clock.
to know why AEW shifted from Sunday. Like, I feel
Well,
like they
AEW
should.
started the Saturday night pay-per-views, if you
Yeah,
remember.
they started that first.
They
Right,
started
but
that.
okay.
Well, technically WWE started it first because they had the two event of WrestleMania.
But remember, they only went to event started in 2020. AEW started that in
They
2019.
did?
Yeah, it was
I thought
2020.
they started in
2019.
I would just say this. I know they don't want to be seen like, oh, we can't hold down our spot or whatever the case is, but I feel like once they started doing it, to me, just logically, it makes sense. If you now have a show on Saturday, a weekly show on Saturday, then shift your pay-per-views to Sunday. Your next show is going to be on Wednesday anyway, so your wrestlers got time to rest. So it's not like you're giving them the extra day by having the pay-per-view on Saturday, then you got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right? But I feel like it would just have been it would have been just it just would be better if you keep it consistent, keep that show on Saturday, right? And then just shift your pay-per-views to Sundays.
True. Okay.
Or they could be like how WWE does, where they'll put like NXT on at like the beginning of the day, somewhere like around like 1 p.m. and then later on that night they'll have the another event. They could do it like that possibly, but
You say
you cannot do that.
Collision up earlier in the day.
Yeah, like what if they put it? What if they would have put Collision on? First of all, they either way they just fucking stupid. Cause they should have put Collision on at 6 o'clock p.m. on Saturday, and then it would have fucking led into the fucking what you call it.
But
You could have they could have still used the same arena.
They trying to treat all the shows as equal. Like it's not like one show is like has a lower roster of talent. Like they trying to feature all the talent for the pay-per-view coming up on the same shows. That way is thing. It's not like they're not trying to treat it like an NXT where it's only a set amount of talent on that show.
And they don't got it like how WWE do. Like they can't have it like, oh, you gonna be at this arena down the block, and then later on tonight you gonna be at this arena. They can't do it like that.
Well, the thing about it is that I think they need to get away from the arena. I think they need to go into
there was some empty sections in that pay-per-view.
They need to call Sean Walker and ask him if the Sportatorium in Long Island's available. Okay, don't go to the
2000
seater. Hopefully the ceiling goes high. They could use they pyro inside there. So, all right, that's it for the Turnbuckle Talk. Now I'm going to turn it over to my brother from another mother, Big Daddy Cool Sour Diesel. Here you go.
Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Smoke. Ladies and gentlemen,
was your weed man available this weekend?
Inflation is up, and I want to smoke. Welcome to the smoking session. I do be Sour Diesel, and I'ma just break it down to you. I'm gonna tell you some things I got some smoke with. Right about now, I reported it last week that your boy Will Ospreay was possibly gonna go to WWE, right? Because WWE and NJPW, they was gonna try to work out some type of deal where they could, maneuver, have his guy Will Ospreay come through in the Royal Rumble, do his little thing, and then have our little hopes up, like they're gonna sign him. But no, ladies and gentlemen, he did some other shit. He could have went somewhere else, but we already knew he was on the go. He signed with AEW. So Tony Khan's big announcement that he wanted to wait for on Saturday because he said he was going to sign somebody, it happened to be Will Ospreay. Now, I don't have too much smoke, but I have some smoke because I wanted to see Will Ospreay in WWE or in TNA. And my whole thing is, You always gotta stop at the store before you come home. You could have stopped at the store, motherfucker. You could have stopped at the store before you went home. Could have came to WWE, could spent the block, come see how that looked. But you didn't. We seen you in AEW before. We seen all that. But you probably had something better for yourself in mind. And if it's that, then I can appreciate that. Now, with that being said, we can see some good matches between him and I think he already wrestled Daniel Bryan. Well, we can see him wrestle against Ken. Damn, we already seen that.
Here we go.
My point is, we already seen you fucking wrestle them, bitch. Yeah, go ahead. You should have came to the. You should have stopped at the store before you went home.
Let me say this. I rarely do this on the show. This is a rarity, but I want to applaud Tony Khan.
And it was a good pickup, Tony. I ain't gonna lie.
What'd you say?
I want to applaud Tony Khan. I'm gonna tell you why. Tony Khan had you really believing there was somebody actually signing in the company like that. Let me tell you something.
Oh, you see that's.
I give that to Tony motherfucking Khan. He really had you niggas believing that somebody new was coming to the company. Okay, Tony Khan only re-signed the same guy that was already working there. Touche, Tony. Touche.
Right.
He made it official. It's a contract signing.
Touche, Tony Khan. Okay, listen. Tony Khan said, "I'm not playing with you niggas." Okay, we out here to win. All right, y'all want me to spend all this money on bitch ass Goldberg when I can sign Will Ospreay, or and just extend the deal another 2 years. So I give him that. But I will say, I think it takes away the opportunity for Will Ospreay to go against different talent because we've seen him, already. Now, does that mean he's going to be better booked? Hopefully, he will be. Right? Because here's the thing. AEW still has a big talent roster. So there's people that he can go against that he never went against before. And he's an incredible talent. So I'll give him the credit for that. I hope he made the right decision. I was praying for he went over to E because there was things I wanted to see him go, people I wanted to see him go against in the E, but I'm very interested to see what AEW has in store for him. Cam.
I'm on the outside with this. Like, I feel like him going to WWE would have been a better choice. I will say that this strategy is more or less a defensive strategy for Tony Khan. Like, he don't want to lose Will Ospreay to the WWE, right? Like, that's really what I think this signing was about. It was more or less keeping Will Ospreay out of WWE for now, right? And trying to build more with his brand and build the AEW recognition, right? Like, I'm pretty sure once they get things rolling, when they have their big show back in London, that Will Ospreay is going to be the big featured main eventer. You know what I mean? And trying to get that being a thing. There is a lot of exciting possibilities for Will, I think, in AEWs. I think going up against like John Moxley would probably be a nice rivalry. Hangman Adam Page is a great worker. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's like you said, there's a large talent pool in AEW, and I feel like he'll have a great run there. I want to see how fast it takes for them to put a belt on him, though. That's what I want to see.
Which leads me
$10,000.
Which leads me to my next topic on the smoking section, right? AEW right now, they're coming out with a new title. AEW is coming out with a new title. It's called the Continental Championship. It's either the Intercontinental Championship or the Continental Championship. They're about to come out with that. And they're about to have like a 12-man tournament with that one. And what this one is, the landlord, Eddie Kingston, That's his name, right? The Super. Yeah, he gotta come over here. He gotta fix my fucking refrigerator, motherfucker. I gotta pack a Budweiser for you. But he's entering the tournament, and while he's entering that tournament, right, he is putting up his Ring of Honor championship and his open weight championship from New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's putting both those titles on the line, and he's in each match. In each match, he's defending those titles. All right, and at the very end of this tournament, right, the person wins the Intercontinental title, and they also have those two titles, and they're going to become the Triple Crown champion.
Listen, Tony, I see what you're doing. I get it. I get it. I'm getting. I'm following. Like one of my old friends used to say, I'm picking up what you're dropping. So when the ratings is down, we create a new title. I understand completely. You do 252,000. It's time for a new belt, and so I get it completely. I do. I understand his strategy, And then you have Luigi, put his other two titles on the line. He's putting Yonkers on the map. So that's where he's from, Yonkers.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Locks, Mary J. Blige, rest in peace, DMX. By the way, guys, these are all a bad representation of Yonkers. When y'all got Luigi putting up his two raggedy ass titles, and and to win the Continental title.
Right.
So I don't think this is gonna make sense. I don't understand why is there another belt coming out, because Orange Cassidy has a belt already. Okay, and
count the titles that they have in that company.
Okay, so they got the Triple B, they got the TNT title, they have that title that
Intercontinental title.
What? No, the title that
the international title.
International title. They have the FTW championship.
Well, that's not officially recognized championship. Only Taz's friends and family members will hold that title.
Okay, so all right, Ricky Starks was that champion for 19 years.
Right.
Then you had the women's championship.
Yeah.
The TBS championship,
which I think was a smart move. I'll give him credit for, like making like a intercontinental US version title for the women to battle over.
Then you have then you have the tag team championship, the regular tag team. Then the triple tag team championship. You have that one. That's the trios champion.
It's like 9 titles.
Yeah, so I think we're about 9 titles. So
and counting this new one coming up.
That's just AEW titles, not to mention all the Ring of Honor titles that they have on their programming as well.
Listen, I don't even keep up with those titles anymore. First of all, those titles don't mean shit because they're not on TV. Okay, like, isn't what's this guy? This guy been the world heavyweight champion for Ring of Honor? What's his name?
It's Eddie Kingston.
Yeah. He beat Claudio Castelloni.
Yeah.
And then ain't Samoa Joe the TV champion?
On their pay-per-views, their titles are mainly defended on the pre-show. And once or twice they make it to the main show when like one of the top AEW stars is holding the title. But
listen, all those titles just need to become the 24-hour championship. The R-rated titles, that's what they need to be, because nobody cares. Nobody. I don't want to say it like that, but really, no one cares, about that championship.
This is going to be a title.
They try to make it relevant when they put the ROH World title on Jericho for a while, for a couple months.
This is going to be a title that's going to be for Will Ospreay.
Right.
But and although too, to add, the culmination when it ends for this tournament and to crown a new Triple Crown champion will be on at the next pay-per-view World's End.
Oh,
So
the New
that's in
York one.
December.
Are we going to that, guys? Are we going to go to World's End on December 30th?
Is that in Connecticut or is that where's that?
It's nearby.
They can go to Connecticut?
Nah, it's close. It's Long Island. It's UBS, I think. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's at UBS.
I know that their tickets are buy one get three free. So I mean, so,
No, it is, right?
You're
Yeah,
trash,
it is.
bro.
Really?
if it's not that, it's buy one get one. I know that for a fact.
You're a heel. You're a heel, man.
I'm not
I'm thinking-
joking. There's actually a promo. There's actually a flyer going around. I think. Have y'all seen it? You know what AEW
definitely
is
No,
I'll look for it.
I did see that. They said like you buy like you buy one ticket, you get two free. So it's some shit like that. How you just said. I seen it.
Yeah.
And they were trying to complain about it. People were trying to complain about it, but you know, they try to justify it. It's like, whatever. But
Because
I was thinking about like some of those released talents who will go over to AEW now to have a good ass match. Or Will Ospreay, and I'm thinking about Will Ospreay versus
Dolph Ziggler.
no. I was about to say Muhammad Ali, but you know,
Mustafa Ali.
yeah,
You know,
Mufasa.
Can I
It's
tell you something?
Mustafa.
Can I tell you something? You ain't shit. Okay, you Sour Diesel. You ain't shit. That was your guy. That was your guy. You
He's
used to
still
argue down to the ground. You can't remember the man's name. Okay, listen, Cam. You need to when we get off the show. You need to do
No,
a
I know.
voice
I was
record
listening.
about
Nah, I
him.
remember.
Do a voice record to him saying he needs to remember his favorite wrestlers' names. Okay.
This
This man used to listen, ladies and gentlemen, in podcast land and YouTube. This man used to argue about whatever his name is. Okay, the Arab is one of the best.
The Arab, not the Arab.
Is one of the best.
Is he
he
Mansoor?
is.
He's Mansoor.
One of the best. But Mustafa Ali, I apologize. Mustafa Ali is one of the best out there. He deserves a push. He deserves
He
does.
does.
He would smoke his spliff after and feel like Jordan after he talked about the man. And then after now you have the nerve. You Sour fucking Diesel have the nerve to sit there and not even remember the man's name. Okay.
We haven't seen him since September. Like, come on.
You are a fair weather fan, okay? Soon as the man drop off, fuck him, right? Fuck him as soon as he drops off. That was your guy. That's messed up.
I just said I can't wait to see him come to AEW fight Will Ospreay.
Who's him?
For the Triple Crown Championship.
Who is him?
The Triple Crown Championship. All right. So real quick, let's do a quick game. Three matches you want to see Will Ospreay have
in AEW?
Yeah.
Buddy Murphy, Malachi Black, and it would be it got to be people that's already signed in there, right?
Yes, in AEWs.
Pac, the Bastard Pac.
I would say
my
number one choice.
I had that match. That's the first match I thought of. That's why I came up with the game. So for me too, Pac. I'd like to see him. Well, we already had it, but I would like to see him actually go up against what's one of the then I shouldn't bother to do it. I was gonna say one of them pillars. But Sammy Guevara, I think him and Sammy Guevara could put on an entertaining match.
I don't know there, friend.
You serious? You don't like Sammy's matches?
It's gonna be botchy as hell.
Sammy hurts himself and other people at the same time. I really just, I don't know. I get where you're going with this. I do. I just don't know. Sammy hurts himself. Sammy hurts the people. I don't,
He hurts the fucking equipment. Like he just everything.
He's I like Sammy. I like him a lot. I just think that he's very botchy.
That's true. No,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. He does do a lot of botchy stuff.
Yeah, like I think because I think honestly he's trying to surpass. I think he's trying to really put the best show he could put on, but he needs to really slow down sometimes. It's so interesting because I was having a conversation the other day, and I was talking about that they need what AEW is missing is agents that could really go over the match with you, but people that's on your level, like people that's like for someone like for Sammy, maybe a Dean Malenko in the back,
Mhm.
goes over the match, match by move, and could able to explain to them exactly how they need to do this. I think that I think that promo class needs to be given in the back, okay? Because for the love of God, everyone should not be picking up a mic at AEW, okay? So I think that uh Chris Jericho and Jake the Snake needs to be in the back, and everybody needs to be able to sit there and shut the fuck up and listen to them teach a class on how to do a promo. You have
And you got Ric Flair that could teach them too.
you got
Stop.
Ric Flair
Please,
too.
please stop.
No, I'm serious. You're right.
No.
You got the
Okay, no, yes, Ric Flair. But do you think? I feel like old school, old Ric Flair, right? Who we fell in love with, yes. But do you think current Ric Flair still has
this Ric
like the
Flair's always
wherewithal
crying.
to?
It doesn't even matter if it's current. His old Ric Flair is still
I'm
within
just
him, and
saying.
he
I
has
feel
the
like
knowledge to
I
teach
feel
you.
like psychologically,
That's what with
Ric
him.
Flair is damaged. That's all I'm saying.
You think the old Ric Flair's still there, Sour D? Because Ric Flair's always on TV crying, and he always drinking empty water bottles. So I don't understand. Okay,
He still
Flair
has that in him.
empty water bottle in his hand and always pretending there's still water in the bottle. And I'm like, yo, Rick, it's done. Drop it. Throw it in the garbage, bro. Like,
I don't know. He kind of going outside because to me it's like he just going out because of who his name is. You know what I mean?
right.
Like he's still living off that old time. Like them old guys that don't wanna get old. Like, boy, you still out here sagging your damn pants like you 50.
Can I tell you
Like,
something? He had on some drip, and he's the only.
It looks
First of
absolutely
all,
that was because the
came out-
Amigos. The
came
Amigos
out
hooked him
by
up with that.
himself in the Sting Christian Cage match, the 6-man tag match, and I'm like, if you're playing the role of a manager, why are you coming out by yourself? Why first of all, why is your entrance music playing? Right, and you're not an active participant. He wasn't special guest referee. He wasn't special commentator. He was just ringside. Like, what the hell? And to me, that made no sense, bro.
That's Ricky.
What it means is Tony Khan just want his idols signed there, and just to sit there and do absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what is the purpose of Ric Flair being there?
None. I mean, Tony Khan, he's the ultimate mark, bro. He's a market.
Yeah. Good money, bro. What else you got?
Yeah, I got so earlier you said like we was expecting new talent for AEW, right? We thought Tony Khan was like, hey man, come through Saturday. Come to what the fuck was it? Full circle, full event,
full gear,
full gear, full in effect. So come over here, pull up. I got a big announcement for you because we're signing a new AEW star, in which he happens to be somebody who's still signed with him, or that's already in the company, was Will Ospreay. You dumb fuck! It could have been the person who we seen arrived at the fucking welfare office, Ring of Honor.
That's
Ronda Rousey. Like, why did you not tell me that Ronda Rousey was going to be right up in here in the Brownsville in the welfare center? Get them stamps.
Yeah, doing.
I mean, over here trying to talk to Miss Johnson and them coming out like somebody happy to see her here. What the? Why would you go to the fucking graveyard of all graveyards, Ring of Honor, something that's on a fucking app? You're Ronda Rousey. You
I tell you, I
think
don't
your
understand that's
name?
on TV.
She think her name is gonna do something for them, and she ain't gonna
Yes,
do nothing.
it
You
is.
going in there to go fight Athena? Athena? You want to be the ring? You mean to tell me, Ronda Rousey, you want to be the Ring of Honor
Yeah,
Women's Champion? Have
yeah.
fun with that. Like, you
Is
went
it?
from WrestleMania to fucking Ring of Honor. God
I don't
damn
give
it!
a damn about my reputation.
She's gonna bring honor to the business, man. Honor to
Want
the
to do
title.
what you want to
She's a
do.
real warrior. You know they do that handshake before they have a match. She's a real fighter, man. You know what I mean? Fight like a girl.
Why? No, not me. Nah, no. That song is lit.
And
That
you know
song.
the only thing that's gonna happen from here is that they're gonna go there. They're gonna come here and they're gonna complain. Now I want to know how this is gonna work because in the rumor mills, Mercedes Monet supposed to be coming to AEW, right? Now, if Ronda Rousey is at the ROA, and you know they're gonna try to cross over to the
We're not gonna skip
AEW,
past that. You just try to turn an A into an H. We're not gonna skip past that.
Yeah, he did it. He said, and you put the on the end. We caught it.
yeah, you seen it. But you know they're gonna sneak over in the AEW
Right,
on the AEW roster,
right.
and then, I mean,
But you gotta
don't
see the
don't don't
long-term
don't.
vision, man. The reigning Booker of the Year,
You
okay,
damn right.
has a long-term vision. He's gonna bring in Mercedes Monet. All right. He's gonna have Ronda building up on ROH, and then they're gonna collide at All In.
And bring up that old school beat and bring up that come here, bring your WWE beat here.
in London Town. You know, that's how it's gonna work. You know,
No,
it's all for London
all I,
Town.
all I want to say is I don't give a damn about my bad reputation.
Oh shit.
Living in the world, it's a new generation.
Is he reading the lyrics? I know he's reading the lyrics.
What you do, what you want to do, when you have something to do, but I don't give a damn about my bad reputation.
I know that's right.
No, not me. I'm very happy that Joan Jett is still getting a check because I think Joan Jett is very underrated as a rock star, and I think that song Bad Reputation and I Love Rock and Roll are two great records. That's it when it comes to that song and Ronda Rousey. That's the only thing that I found entertaining. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I was like, this is a good. Joan Jett could keep getting paid. I'm really happy about this and what have you.
Hey,
Now, the fact that Ronda Rousey joined ROH, has she or hasn't she? So is it official? I don't know. Is that a thing? Is it officially she's there?
Well, I can't say I know for sure, but
yeah, because he probably would
once you're
have.
you're kind of on both. So I think it's really an AEW contract, but because
And this is the
a
taken.
girl had a match on that ROH show that she made the appearance on ROH.
Roderick Strong's wife, Marina Shafir.
Maybe they're doing a developmental with her again. To get rid of the ring rust. I don't.
She just Ring Rush. She just put in SummerSlam. She shouldn't have that much.
Ring rust.
The
I
woman's
think
terrible.
because that's her girl, bro. Like so she's probably gonna try to do for her what she did with Shayna, and she's probably it's more like a give back tour if you think about it.
You need to tell that girl to put some goddamn shoes on and get some appropriate wrestling gear. She out here wrestling in the fucking leggings and the wife beater.
She's trying to MMA.
I don't want to see that.
MMA it, bro.
Mm-mm.
You don't feel the MMA angle? You don't feel it? All
No, and it makes I don't know what makes me more mad that she runs around here in bare feet like she's fucking. Damn, I can never remember these people that just got released.
I know it's
Riddle,
sad.
Matt Riddle. Okay, I don't know if I'm mad at her for running around here with them bare feet or that being Roderick Strong's wife, you are so disgusting. Ew. Like, ew. Bad taste in women.
Because
But
they
anyway,
trained together, and she probably flipped him around a couple of times, and he liked it. He liked it rough. He likes it rough.
I guess that's why he's always saying, Adam! He always calling for somebody. He needs
She looks bigger
somebody.
than him. Don't she look bigger than him?
She do
Yeah,
look.
she do.
I haven't seen them stand next to each other, but she looks bigger than him in the ring already.
See what else you got before we.
Okay, I got one more thing, man, and I got some smoke, and I don't really got no smoke, but I got a question, and I hope you got an answer for me. Either the WWE executives, the agents, Triple H's, and Nick Collins. What's up? What's going on with Jade Cargill, man? What we doing with her? Is she in the performance center? When is she going to make her spill, if you will? You know, I want to see some Cargill, some spill, if you will. I want to see some Cargill, and this is why I am the miracle, lyrical, spiritual, bar minimum. Y'all don't want none. But listen, what's going on with Cargill, man?
I mean,
Now, y'all said something about LA Knight fizzing out. Is Jade Cargill debut? Is that a fizz out?
No, but
do you think that is a fizz out?
No, I think that they're not immediately going to put her on because you got to use her as a feature attraction because of her size. Because she, is she's really getting better in terms of her training. She's actually was at the Nightmare. What is that school?
The Nightmare Factory.
Nightmare Factory. She was just there. Because I follow her on Instagram, so she was literally just there over the weekend training. Shout out to Ricky Starks, he was there as well. So they were there over the weekend training, and I think that they're going to use her the correct way. They're building up her skill level. And they're going to use her as a feature attraction because a woman of that caliber, and I just mean size, you can't just throw her into the fray. So and go into NXT because she automatically is going to be the biggest star. You know what I'm saying? But you got to use her carefully because if you put her on Raw, Rhea's gonna be her biggest opponent.
The goal.
You put her on SmackDown, she's gonna be amongst the big ones, amongst the Charlotte Flairs, the Baileys, the Bianca Belair, all those people. So you got to be able to use her correctly, and her wrestling skill got to be on talent because she also is botchy as well. So I'm pretty sure that they're fine tuning her talent right now as we speak before they bring her out. So because also if she comes out and bombs, that's going to be it. This audience give her a second chance.
All this build-ups and stuff is going to be crazy. I'm still interested to see where they're gonna drop her at. I prefer NXT, but I could see if they're not gonna do it anytime soon, and if she's not gonna show up at a premium live event, be a surprise person at War Games or something like that. That if they're gonna wait for a PWI, it got to be the Royal Rumble, which is another month and change away, 2 months away.
I can see. I think I want to see her come to Raw. I could see her come to Raw, and this will probably be around where Rhea starts going face, and they're going to need a heel, and I think it will be Cargill. But
I can see that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
or maybe it could be Raquel Rodriguez. You know what I mean? Raquel Rodriguez becomes like the face.
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Okay, Rod. She against Raquel Rod. Okay, go against Raquel Rod. Right, she becomes a face. Cargill becomes the heel.
Right.
Mommy somewhere resting up because she had a good year. No tires. Okay. I told y'all, lyrical miracle. So you know what I'm saying? Like Rhea's out somewhere, crazy, all fucked up, whatever. Took a year off, whatever. She comes back. Her and the Cargill got something going on.
All right.
That's what I see. I booked that.
Is that it for the smoking section?
That is all it. The blunt is out.
Yes. All right.
Pull the ashtray up.
Amazing smoking section. And now, since we went over time a little bit, we are going to jump to to
Come on
the
now.
disputed
Come on now.
top 10
Let's do it.
countdown list with Masquerade.
I feel like we all need little vignette video intros, but we're gonna work on that. We're gonna get there. All right, so here we go.
It's funny that we have something in common, 10, because I am the 10-time state park national champion.
I'm not gonna lie, I believe in like numbers and astrology stuff, and all that. And I feel like that was like a synonymous thing. So that's really the reason why I put top 10 and not top 5 or top 3. But you on point. You got it. Here we go.
And when the sun crashes down, it really does hurt inside. Okay.
All right. We got the disputed countdown. All right. This one is the top factions and stables for the past 10 years, dating from the 2013 to 2022. All right. Here we go. So at number 10, you guys ready?
Hit us with it.
The Judgment Day at number 10.
Damn, they all the way down the list. This better be a decent list.
They made it. They made it though. They made it.
Number 10 though.
Number
they
10.
have all the chips.
Number
you
10.
know what?
All right, it's going. Don't worry about it. And Mash Out is not limited to WWE. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Number 9, Los Ingonables.
Listen, you do this all the time.
What are you talking about, bro?
That's like Roche,
Bro, do your research, bro.
You do the research.
That's like Bandito and Rush,
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, number 8, the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It only gets better. You're gonna see why. It only gets better, bro.
No,
wait, time out. How the fuck the Los Intangibles is number 9 and Judgment Day is 10?
It is what it is. It's the disputed countdown. All right, and it's just what it is. All right, number 7. Okay, the Authority.
Which one?
What do you mean? Just the Authority, bro.
Wait,
Triple H.
Oh, Randy, Kane.
Yeah, when the whole thing, they had a bunch of different members.
And Seth.
It was mainly Triple H and Stephanie, and whoever else they brought into the Authority.
No, I had like that. Yeah, the Authority was my shit.
That was dope. All right, number 6, the Wyatt family. Yeah.
It would have been more of a stable, though.
Huh?
It would have been more of a stable.
Yeah, but I told you this is the top factions and stables of the past 10 years. Are you paying attention, bro?
You didn't say that. You said factions. You did not say and stables.
No, when you rewind the tape, and watch it back, I said this is the disputed countdown.
You don't
with
get
the top
tired,
factions and
don't
stables
get
of the
tired.
past 10 years.
Up as you go along. It changes up the list.
You want me to share it? I will share it right now. Where's the for those of you on YouTube? You know what? I'm gonna hit present because my boy is wilding. My boy is wilding, bro. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just share it because
I'm sure they ain't gonna see the damn list.
Verbatim, bro.
Oh.
Right. After. Okay. Go ahead, Kevin. Sorry.
You can see it. I can't put it up.
No, just
give it to me. All right, here we go. So
Romney, Malco.
All right. See, now it takes away from the allure. Number 5, The New Day. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. There we go. There we go. Number 4, The Elite. Okay.
You put the Judgment
What?
Elite?
I put The Elite over The New Day. Yeah, I did that.
What?
You talking about
Just
Spaghetti
Kenny
here.
Omega, Cody Rhodes, Hangman Adam Page, and the Young Bucks.
The Elite don't have their own fucking cereal. They don't got their pancakes, okay?
Look,
how the fuck you put them?
I love me some New Day, but this is a tough list, bro. It's a tough list. All right, it's a tough list. Okay, you got to look at the whole picture, the whole scope. All right. Right now, the New Day is a little down on the popularity. You know what I mean? And the top 3, you know what I mean? Like they still, well.
So you're going off of popularity. You're not going off of facts.
You know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Number 3, The Shield. Okay. All right. For the last 10 years, that's been one of the top factions or stables, rather, of the last 10 years. Like the members of the Shield, they're all running the wrestling business right now. Even though they're not together, but they still running the wrestling business. Number 2, the Bullet Club, and only because they got so many people who did so much impactful things in wrestling. Put the Bullet Club up there, bro.
The Bullet Club is not even no fucking last 10 years.
What are you talking, bro? It's from 2013 to 2022. I'm sharing it on the screen. How you not? You know what? Anyway,
but we gotta talk about the Finn Balor era. Which era? The Finn Balor era? That was the best one.
Era, bro. Like the whole thing. They not dead. If they died and they were gone, and
we just spoke on these guys last week.
At the time, bro. You could judge that one, but it's still going.
Anyway, look, it needs to die. Bullet Club needs to be over.
Number one.
Let's take it.
The Bloodline.
Number exactly.
The Bloodline.
Oh.
All right, the Bloodline is the number 1 faction.
The Bloodline
for the last 10 years.
The Bloodline.
The Bloodline. Okay.
You are out your rabbit ass fucking mind. The fuck.
It's only a 10.
Ain't no number 1. And how the fuck you put Undisputed Era at number 8?
Yeah.
That is so disrespectful.
What are you talking about? No, it's not. They made the list.
Undisputed Era is like the next.
You know how many factions and stables have popped up in wrestling in only the last 10 years? And to be in the top 10, that is an honor, bro.
First of all, you put the Los Cabrones as number 9, and okay, and I don't even know why.
They were good. I went back and watched their footage. They were really good.
I would have took you know what? You're a cheater. You're a cheater. You're a cheater. Because why would you have the Elite and then have Bullet Club? Those are the same fucking things.
No, it's not. They broke off. They're their own thing.
It still counts. Elite
started a whole wrestling.
Still conjunctuate
wrestling. All elite wrestling. All right. Elite is different from the Bullet Club.
Okay, guys. So you know what? If you agree with Cam, the rarity, what you could do is put a comment under the YouTube post, all right, or hit us up in our DMs on Instagram at the Three Amigos Podcast. And if you agree with any of these people that's on the list and in the order he gave them, okay.
I mean, it's disputed for a reason. You don't like the order, you can switch it up. You could take somebody off, put somebody on. It's up to you. You know what I mean?
All right, so we're gonna move on real quick for one last segment we have to do, because by the time our show airs this week, the next show will be after the Survivor Series. So we have to do predictions.
Yeah.
And as your reigning, defending, undefeated prediction champ of the world, I'm going to list out the matches. Now, here's the thing. I just want to say one thing. When I speak, it's a spoiler. It's not a
prediction. It's a spoiler. I got it. Yeah,
when I speak, it's a guarantee, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it?
And
We could bet with your picks. Is that what you're saying?
you could take mine to the bank, brother.
Take it to the
Okay,
bank.
you could take mine to the bank, brother.
I feel you.
Okay, because guess what? I don't do characters. That's usually D. But I'll just say one thing: I am that damn good. Okay,
Ah!
all right. That's just how it is. All right.
It trips.
Okay, I am that damn good. All right. So let's go over the matches one by one, gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's get it going. All right. Random thoughts. Wherever you listen to the show or watch it, you got to do yours on social media. All right. That's the thing. Right now, Masquerade, Diesel. We about to do it right now on the show. Okay. First match: Gunther versus The Miz for the singles WWE Intercontinental Championship. I'm going to go with Gunther. Sour D.
Gonto.
Okay. Masquerade.
Gunther all the way. Well, Volta. I don't like Gunther. I like Volta.
All right. So all three of us went for Gunther. All right. Next, Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark for the Women's World Championship. I'm going with Rhea Ripley. Cam.
Why would I pick somebody else over Rhea Ripley right now? Rhea.
We going with double R. Big Mommy.
All right. So everybody, I'm going with Rhea. So that makes all three. Again, Rhea Ripley. Next, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day. All right. Which is Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonough. Plus, we have the mystery person coming in. So you have to pick. You have to pick two spots. You got to pick the winner, and who do you think the mystery opponent is going to be? Big Daddy Cool, you go first.
I'm gonna go with the winning mystery team mystery partner team of Randy Orton teaming up with Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, and I'm really bad at forgetting names. And Sami Zayn.
Okay. All right. Cam.
I don't like them. And I tend to pick not with my heart, but with logic. I'm gonna have to say the Judgment Day. And surprise partner, guest person. I don't know.
You could say no. It could have been CM Punk too.
Oh, could be CM Punk. You're right. But I feel like he'll make more of a heelish kind of thing. But yeah, CM Punk is a good guess. But I'll go with KO.
All right. I'm gonna ride with Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn, and I'm gonna really say it's gonna be Randy Orton. I don't see, even though there's a big part of me leaning to CM Punk,
It's Chicago.
It's Chicago and it's the All-State Arena, but and I think that I really think what would end up happening, what I hope don't end up happening if it is Randy, is the reaction that Rey Mysterio got at the Royal Rumble that year, right? When they all thought it was going to be Daniel Bryan coming out, and it was for the number 30 spot, and it was Rey Mysterio, and he got booed out the arena. So I really hope that does not happen to him. All right, next on the card, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control for the women's War Game match. This one I'll start with. I'm going to go with Damage Control. D, what
I'm gonna go with Charlotte and them.
Okay. Cam?
A new faction has been formed, or an improvement to the faction. And as much as we like to see the heroes win, Damage Control needs this victory more than the. I'm picking two heel teams. Typically, that's not how it goes, but fuck it, Damage Control.
All right. And last but certainly not least, Carlito versus Santo Escobar.
What? That's on the card?
That's on the card.
Oh, that's good. Wait a minute. Who you got?
Me? I know Santos needs the win, but Carlito's gonna get the win.
Foolish child.
Yeah.
Foolish child.
Only because
You should have picked much better.
they really gonna build up Santos as a heel now, and so Carlito's gonna get the win, but Santos is gonna wild out at the end or something like that.
I'm going with Santos because he's probably gonna have some help.
Do you think his original faction buddies is gonna turn on him too and go back with Santos?
No.
No. But I'm gonna ride with. I'm gonna go with Santos. I'm gonna go with Santos on this. All right, that's it. All the predictions are in. They are locked in. They cannot be changed. Everybody. All right. So
this is like the Scranton sheets.
Exactly, and you know what? And then the smart money's on me. So make sure you remember what I wrote, ladies and gentlemen. What I said, ladies.
So just recap your picks again. Just let everybody know what your picks is again.
I want them to rewatch the show all the way.
Yeah, don't be switching up during. Don't be switching up your answers during the PLE.
Listen, we can't undocument it.
Listen. This ain't the disputed list. I actually from front to back, I give my answers all the way out. Okay, Cam's the one that cheats. I do not cheat.
How do I cheat? Tell me how I cheated.
You sat there and added people to the list that people don't even know. Okay, Los Gondolas or whatever you had on the list there.
Los Gondolas.
You know what? Why don't you go do some research? All right, how about that? How about you go online? All right, you go see who the people think is the top 10 factors.
Most intangibles.
20 years and shit like that. How about you do that? Okay.
Los Morena. All right. So nonetheless, guys, that's it for the show for the evening. All right. Final thoughts and wrestler of the week. Big Daddy Cool. Sour Diesel.
Oh man, listen, man. Over the weekend, I had an argument with my love. You know, I just want everyone out there to don't get into something stupid and make dumbass decisions. You know, think before you talk and love on your person before you get into stupid shit. Take it from me.
Who's your wrestler of the week?
Oh, my wrestler of the week. Will Ospreay.
Good one.
Of course.
Masquerade.
Let's see. My final. Well, let me give my wrestler of the week first. So my wrestler of the week. I like to pick people who compete throughout the week. And I've been trying to pick a WWE person, but it seems like third week in a row I'm gonna have to do another AEW person. I'm gonna go with MJF as my wrestler of the week. He's been doing some work this week. Yeah,
he was my wrestler of the week before, so yeah, I respect that.
Yeah. My final thought. You know, I should write these down before we get on here, but I'm gonna just go off the top of the dome and say this week, man, just stay prosperous. You know what I mean? Keep pushing, keep thriving, and always do your best to be better than you were the day before.
All right. Okay. So nonetheless, guys, just remember to like, share, and subscribe our podcast on all social media platforms, you know, and also we do have next week is the War Games episode. We might have some guests coming on again next week, so I'm excited for that. Now, I will say my final thought is don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. All right.
Wait. You gave your wrestler of the week?
Yes, I'm giving it to you right now.
Huh.
I'm gonna go with another AEW guy. Damn, this was an AEW thing.
It was.
I'm gonna go with Swerve Strickland this week. All right, he put on a hell of a match last night. So I'm gonna definitely go with Swerve Strickland. He definitely did his thing. Other than that, guys, we love you for listening and watching. And that
Hold
you
on.
got Sour D, go ahead.
I want to say one thing. Happy Thanksgiving Day coming up, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
absolutely.
Are we?
Be
Wait,
with your,
are we still calling it Thanksgiving? Is that what we're calling it?
I don't even
and
know.
that's what the people want to call it. But I just have a special request to anyone out there. I want baked macaroni and cheese, not that watery down bullshit. Don't put that fake cheese in there. Don't put that one cheese in there. I want the cheese cubes in there. Chop the cheese cubes up. Get it all up in there. You dump the cheese. I want it very cheesy, and a little burnt on top, and a little at the bottom.
Some good
And one more thing.
Yes.
I want some cornbread stuffing. I love cornbread stuffing from the
I love
scratch.
cornbread stuffing too. High five, bro. Self high five. Okay, I love cornbread stuffing as well. Also, speaking about that, so we're adding to it. I just want to say also, don't invite me to your Friendsgiving if you can't cook, because we're not going to be friends, and there's nothing going to be to give. Okay.
I like
fold them.
That's a good note. Yeah.
You gotta fold them plates like we fold them tables.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
You know when the food is bad, when the plate's folded or it's turned all the way down in the garbage.
Right, so they don't want to see what you threw away. I always do that.
Facts. That's facts. That's big
Turned
facts.
all the way down. That's when you know it was bad.
Or like if you had like a big party, you ever seen somebody just like leave a plate, put another plate on top, and then just walk away, and then let them clean it up.
They coming back for it. Like, you ain't coming back for that nasty shit. Like.
Yo, I used to be the master of finding like I like a garbage in the neighborhood. Like I used to walk the next block and dump the bag full of the garbage. So I didn't want that coming home with me.
Yeah, like you get home late night, right? You done been all out. You coming home from the barbecue. Now you come in there, come throw that shit up in the microwave, and you get it out, and you get some nasty ass shit.
Exactly.
Greens all nasty, all dried up.
Well, if I'm taking home leftovers, that means it was good. If I leave your party and I don't leave with a plate, that means your food was bad.
You know what's interesting? I'm not a leftover person. Is that I do not take doggy bags home because one, I never remember to eat it. So that's like a big issue for me. Like I never remember to eat it, and then also I feel like it's a process, right? I don't want to warm up the food again. To me, I don't think it has the same je ne sais quoi anymore.
Not you just say je ne sais quoi.
Yeah,
you have fancy
all the accoutrements.
You can't eat the same thing back to back days. Is that what it is?
I cannot. I can't. I'm not a leftover person.
I'm different. I can eat some 3-4 days in a row. Eat the same thing.
That's another thing. Anybody out there that's a leftover person, comment, share, share, subscribe. Let us know. Let us know about your Thanksgiving. Let us know what you like for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Let us know about some leftovers. You like leftovers? You fucking with them or not?
And also, listen, clean out your fucking fridge, people. Okay, 4 days after, everything has to be thrown out. Okay, do not have shit still in the fridge 4 days later. It doesn't make sense. It's not good anymore. It's time to get rid of it.
Shout out to my people that still save the ham bone. You know what I
mean? You can make soup out of that. You can make soup out of that.
Right. You know what I mean? My mama used to do it.
Yeah, you can make soup out of that. All right, fellas. All right, we love y'all for listening and watching. We talk to y'all later.
That's right, baby.